stand by as we try to figure this crap out. Go live, and go live. Come on. You can do it. Let's try this again. Let's try it again. There we go. Now we rocking. Now we rocking. Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You know on the beat every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, still listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches, won't cut short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhouse here with the Man Hour. Check out manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page. Of course, check out the blog section as well. We have fresh new blogs dropping each and every day over there at manhourradio.com/blogs. Of course, it is Thursday edition, guys, and I've been kind of in and out for the last couple weeks, but we're trying to tinker in back into our roots and get into the heat and grind of the things, and birthdays and holidays, and you guys know how it is. Life is life. But it is Thursday, and we are going to bring a new game or a new theme to the Thursday shows, and this is Word Association Thursday. So basically, we are going to give a statement here or a general topic, and we're going to say this word describes this topic, right? So if I said, baby, it's cold outside, I'm like, no shit. That would be my word, no shit. It is cold as hell outside. But we are going to talk about some divisions that are up for grabs this weekend. The NFC East and the AFC West are both up for grabs. What happens if the teams out front don't win? We're going to talk a little bit about Kenny Pickett and the Jaguars getting hot. Hot. What? How bad is that for the Jacksonville Jaguars? But first, it's time to get shocked. Alrighty, Man Hour. So as you guys know, people were up in arms about the Jeff Saturday hiring. Just what? It was just a couple months ago, wasn't it? Now I think he's like in his 5th game or something like that. But people were very upset with this Jeff Saturday hiring. But nobody is upset about the Drew Brees hiring. Oh, you guys don't know anything about that, do you? Oh, you don't understand that Drew Brees has been hired as assistant head coach for the Purdue Boilermakers in preparation for their Citrus Bowl game? Yes, I understand the Purdue Boilermakers just lost their head coach, Jeff Brom, to the Louisville Cardinals. I get it. But why is nobody up in arms about this? Is it because it's a college? Is it because he was a best quarterback in the league for a very, very long time? Or just because it's this assistant head coach spot? Why aren't people so upset about this? Drew Brees is the assistant head football coach for the Purdue Boilermakers for a bowl game that the team has earned without with Drew Brees on the team. Now all of a sudden you want to insert him as this big figure role? Get upset about that, guys. Be upset about that. You can't? Because he has paid his dues? What dues has he paid? He's never coached a day in his life. Oh, that's right. He coached his son's flag football team in like third graders, right? Okay. We get it. Shock. Alrighty, guys, welcome to the Man Hour Thursday edition here. We are to do some word association Thursday here. Before we get too carried away, we got to welcome some people into the chat. My man Alpha Rob is in the chat. What is up, Alpha Rob? And then we got Mama Buck in the house as well. What is up, Mama Buck? We see Wyatt in the chat over there at Facebook as well. What's up, Wyatt? Hope you're doing well. Who else we got here? We got Luke G popping in there. We got Combsy. Combsy is out there playing bags. He's popping in. What's up, Combsy? Hope you're having a good night. As you guys pop in the chat here, let us know where you're from. I'll be curious of what kind of reach Man Hour is getting at this particular point in time in our duration of the Man Hour. So guys, I have been in and out for the last couple weeks. We have some things work on the backside of the Man Hour, but I am here to fine tune some things, and between being sick and son's birthday and holidays, it's tough. This week from December 9th to like the 20th are like the hardest weeks for me just to really be consistent to things outside of my family. But we are back. We are live, raw, and uncut sports talk right here on youtube.com/man hour, of course, facebook.com/man hour as well. If you guys have not done so already, like and subscribe to a particular channel that you're looking for and drop some comments. Let us hear what you guys think. Week 15 NFL season is here. We have 4 games left in the NFL season, regular season, and it is time to get up in arms and up and carried away. So Word Association Thursday is here. And as you guys know, no division is really locked up as of right now. Now, there are some front runners in the divisions. We're talking like the Minnesota Vikings and the 49ers and I guess the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But there is a division that is up for grabs this weekend that I am very, very intrigued to watch. And that is the NFC East. As you guys know, the Philadelphia Eagles are 12-1 right now. They basically just have to win one more game, and they have that division locked up and clinched with a Cowboys loss. Also, the Cowboys are sitting at 10-3. They have an opportunity to win that division as well. So the question is, if the Philadelphia Eagles were to lose the division, crown after being 12-1 to start the season, what word am I going to associate with that? I'm going to associate shocked. Absolutely shocked. If the Philadelphia Eagles do not win the NFC East, guys, I am going to be shocked beyond belief. Because let's look at their schedule moving forward. Like I said, they're sitting at 12-1 right now. They basically need one more win to lock up the division because they already have the head-to-head win versus the Dallas Cowboys. They play the Bears, then they play the Cowboys, and then they play the Saints, and then they play the Giants. Not necessarily a very easy slate of 4 games here, but the Saints, that should be an automatic dub. That should be a dub right there, and that should lock up the division. So the only way they can really lose a division right now is if they go 0-4 in their next 4 games. Now, with that being said, it is a very good possibility that they could do this, right? They have been chasing this perfection streak. Yes, they're not perfect right now. They're 12-1. We get it. But they've been chasing this prove it to the world status for the whole season. And this Bears game is going to be a trap game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's just call a spade a spade. This game is scary for the Philadelphia Eagles. Why? Because for one, they're playing a bad Chicago Bears team that is eliminated from the playoffs. The Bears are 3-10 right now. They are a bad, bad team. Number 2, it is at Chicago. It's going to be cold. It's going to be wet, snowing, rainy, windy, everything rolled into one. It's going to be a nasty, nasty day out there. This is what what makes Soldier Field so intriguing to play out because you never know what you're going to get there. Number 3, they just come off a flexing of the New York Giants. Let's be flat out honest. They whooped the Giants' ass up and down the field 3 times and twice on Sunday. It was just an ugly, ugly game for the New York Giants. All that recipe is a recipe for a trap game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Come into Soldier Field. I don't really want to be here. I'm tired. I'm wet. I'm cold. We've already pretty much have the division locked up. We're going to be the number 1 seed, yada, yada, yada. Give me an L. Then you have a division rival, Dallas Cowboys, come to town, right? Cowboys are pissed off that you guys beat them with the backup quarterback. Now they're clicking on all cylinders. That V8 is primed. They're putting 500 horsepower down to the asphalt. They are ready to rock and roll. Let's do it, baby. That could be a loss as well. But the Saints just suck. I don't see any way, shape, or form that they can lose to the Saints unless they sit Hurts, sit A.J. Brown. The defense takes a complete week off. They play nothing but practice squad players. Like, I don't know. I mean, I just don't see them losing to the Saints, like, at all. And then the Giants game means nothing because the division already locked up. Number one seed's locked up, so they're probably going to lose to the Giants. So if the Philadelphia Eagles do not win the East this week, I'll be very, very shocked. Not because they're going to lose to the Bears or beat the Bears. It's because the Dallas Cowboys might move to the Jaguars. What? The Dallas Cowboys might move to the Jaguars? Did you guys hear that? You guys want to hear a trap game 101? We'll talk about the Jaguars moving forward here. So, guys, let me know. What is your word association if the Philadelphia Eagles were not to win the NFC East? Not this week or next week, but in general. This year, what if they do not win the East? What is your word association? Next word association Thursday here. Man, I need a little intro and stuff. This was honestly just kind of just spur of the moment. Like, you know what? Let's go ahead and try this. Speaking of trying this, guys, next Thursday, that's right, a week from today, myself and BC Combs will be live on location at Bourbon Street in Chicago. So if you guys are in the Chicago area, want to come down and have a few beers with the boys, hang out, watch the live show, come down to Bourbon Street. We will be there doing a live show for about an hour and a half, interviewing some professional cornhole players and talking some NFL sports. It's going to be a great time. So if you guys are in the Chicago area next Thursday, come on down. I'll post a link on all social platforms with the address and stuff like that, and we will love to see you guys out there. But moving on to the next word association here. Let's go over to the AFC West. The AFC West has been pretty intriguing all season long. Many people, myself and Combs included, thought that the West was going to be the most competitive division in all of football. Clearly, we were wrong about that. The Broncos suck, the Raiders are kind of treading water, and the Chargers might be getting hot at the right time. Maybe? I don't know. But with that being said, the AFC West is not locked up as of right now. The Kansas City Chiefs are 10-3, and the LA Chargers are 7-6. So what word would associate if the LA Chargers were to not only make a playoff berth, but to win the AFC West? I would be scared if the Chargers make the playoffs, if the Chargers win the AFC West or even make the playoffs. I am going to be a very, very scared person. As a Chiefs fan, I got both my Chiefs hats right here. Boom, boom. Plus, I got the Super Bowl and MVP trophy. Like, I am a Chiefs guy through and through. But if the Chargers are to make the playoffs or win the AFC West somehow, I'm a very, very scared individual. Why? Because on paper, the Chargers are the best team in football. Let me repeat that. On paper, the Chargers are the best team in football. But they're not healthy right now. They have yet to put together back-to-back good games. They have yet to really show their true potential all season long. So for the Chargers to win the AFC West, they have to win out and the Chiefs have to lose out. Do I see that happening? Let's think about this. The Chargers, they're sitting at 7-6 right now in the A seed in the AFC playoffs. This week they play the Titans team. The Titans team, I am very confused about the Titans. Very confused about the Titans. They play very well versus bad teams, but they suck against good teams. They lost to the Jaguars, which is not a bad team. We'll be talking about them in like a little bit. Let's say the Chargers beat the Titans. Then the Chargers play the Colts, Rams, and Broncos. All very winnable games and games they should win. If they don't win these games, they have no no reason to even be in the playoffs, like at all. Colts are not a bad team. Rams suck. Broncos suck. Call a spade a spade. So let's say they win the last 4 games. They're sitting at 11-6 right now. Right now, the Chiefs are sitting at 10-3. The Chiefs have to lose out for the Chargers to take over that number 1 spot, because the Chiefs do have the head-to-head win earlier this season. Chiefs play the Texans this week. Guys, let's not sleep on the Texans. This is the same Texans teams that battled the Dallas Cowboys to the very last score. This Texans team is not a bad team. They remind me of the Lions of the last couple seasons. They have all the pieces there. They have the border built around the puzzle, but everything's not put together yet. We're seeing the picture come together, but it's not quite there yet. So maybe next year or the year after that, the Texans are going to be a very, very good team as long as they get Lovie Smith out of there. But let's say they lose. Then that means the Chiefs have to play the Seahawks. A Seahawks team that is battling for a playoff spot. Right now, they're on the outside looking in. After having a crazy start to the season, Geno Smith was MVP, all this other talk, yada, yada, yada. But right now, they're a sinking ship. Let's say somehow, some way, they lose to the Seahawks. Sitting at 10-5. Somehow, some way, right? Then they play the Broncos and then the Raiders. They play the Broncos at home. They are not losing to the Denver Broncos at home. Sorry, Broncos fans, AFC West fans, Chargers fans. The Kansas City Chiefs are not losing to the Denver Broncos. It is what it is at the end of the day because the Broncos suck. But let's say they lose to the Broncos. Then they play the Raiders. Are they going to lose to the Raiders? Come on, man. If the Chargers win the AFC West, I would be very, very scared. Scared because my Kansas City Chiefs are playing like dog shit. And 2, the Chargers are the best team on paper in the NFL. Kyle Reed says, bow down to my Chiefs. Say it again, brother. Bow down to those Chiefs. Chiefs Kingdom rise up, baby. Alpha Rob says, you be scared of a team who never won a playoff game, Buck? So, now, I do respect people with their history, right? This team has never won a playoff game. This team has never won in a game below 32 degrees, yada, yada. Like, I respect the history, and I do believe history repeats itself and yada, yada, yada. And you have to, as an organization, you have to learn how to do this before you can do that. I get it. But, Alpha Rob, if the Chargers make the playoffs, that means they have won 4 games in a row. Actually, there'll be like 5 games in a row since they won last week, right? That means they're getting healthy. Do you realize, Alpha Rob, that the LA Chargers had the Kansas City Chiefs on the ropes just a couple weeks ago, and then Mike Williams got hurt again, and then the Chiefs kind of started to space out like a little bit. When the Chargers are completely healthy, it changes the whole game plan of the whole defense. Flashback to that Kansas City Chiefs game versus the Chargers. The Chiefs were kind of, we don't know what to do. Do we guard Keenan Allen? Do we guard Mike Williams? Do we try to stop the run? What is going on? They were all over the place, and the Chargers were a big play away of busting that game open. Then Mike Williams went down. The total defense changed when you're able to blitz the quarterback. So I don't care if they've never won a playoff game. A new regime is in town. New head coach, new quarterback, new receivers, new GM, new fans, new stadium. Everything is new in LA for the Chargers. So it is not that I'm scared of the past. I'm scared of the present. That's what I'm scared of, Alpha Rob. I'm scared of the present of the future of the LA Chargers. That's what I'm scared of. That is what I'm truly scared of. Moving on. Take a drink of my Coke Zero. Have you guys ever had Coke Zero with sugar or Coca-Cola with zero sugar? It is terrible. I don't know. Just like I like an ice cold Coke from McDonald's in the plastic cup. Oof. Boom, bada bing. But this is Terrible. I bought it for my sister-in-law. The worst thing in the world. Good God. The worst thing in the world. So, guys, hey, speaking of which, guys, how do you like the new little pop-up thing I did? I did some programming to make everybody's able to like pop up there. What do you guys think? Is that cool? No? Let me know. Moving on to the next word association Thursday here. Let's travel back to the east side of the continental USA. And we're talking about Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to be exact. Kenny Pickett will most likely miss his second game in a row with a second concussion in 8 weeks. He is obviously the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers since week 4, since Mitchell Trubisky has been benched for him. People are coming out saying that, and let me rephrase that. A wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers coming out, Devontae Johnson, says that he wants Mason Rudolph to start over Mitchell Trubisky if Kenny Pickett cannot go. So what word association am I going to associate with that if I'm Mitchell Trubisky? If I am Mitchell Trubisky right now, I would be pissed off. 100%. I've been the backup quarterback for this team since week 4. I was a starter for the first 4 weeks of this, or first 3 weeks of the season. And now Devontae Johnson, a rookie receiver, wants to tell me that Mason Rudolph should start over me? That pisses me off a lot if I'm Mitchell Trubisky. Because I came in relief for Kenny Pickett, and I won a game. I didn't win. Played the Ravens very, very well. No, did they play Ravens last week? I'm pretty sure the Steelers won last week. I'm tripping right now. Did the Steelers win last week, guys? Let me know. I'm totally freaking blown my mind. But I would be pissed off. Mason Rudolph has had his opportunity as a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That year that Big Ben went down, Mason Rudolph was the starter for 13 weeks, lost half of his skull because he talked shit to the wrong player and got his ass whooped. He lost a starting position in preseason. He lost a backup position in preseason. He's a third-string quarterback for a reason. Not because Devontae Johnson doesn't like him. Not because Mike Tomlin doesn't like him. It's just because he's not a very good player. For all you Mason Rudolph lovers, get out of here with that crap. Devontae Johnson, learn your role. You're a freaking rookie at the end of the day, man. You are a freaking rookie. You should shut your mouth and let the coach decide if Mitchell Trubisky or Mason Rudolph should start if Kenny Pickett were not to go out. So if I am Mitchell Trubisky right now, I'll be pissed off. And when I do start on Saturday, Devontae Johnson, you're not getting the ball one effing time. Get out of here with that crap. You want to talk shit on me and then want me to give you the ball? Come on, man. We've all been there. We all know it's all about the dollar bills, y'all. You get 10 catches in a game, you get an extra mil or whatever. Devontae Johnson better learn his role real freaking quick. That's all I got to say. Brian, thank you for jumping in the chat here. Is that picture all scrambled to me? That's just weird. Maybe I have to adjust a little bit. He says, looks good. Thanks, Brian. Thank you for the support, man. I worked hard on this code, and it took about 8 hours to figure it out, actually. Alpha Rob says, pour that crap out, Buck. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and open up my Mountain Dew. I always bring 2 sodas out because my voice always starts to get crackly about this time of night. And yeah. Mamma mia. Speaking of Mamma Mia, guys, we'll be at Bourbon Street next Thursday. Myself and Combs live on location at Bourbon Street Bar and Grill, sports bar it should be. They're having a bags tournament up there. We will be doing the live sports show there, then doing some bags interviews with some professional cornhole players. I think they're called, they're not, I don't think they are. They're called ACL professionals. So if you guys are interested in bags, be sure to tune in next week. We'll be live on location. If you're in the Chicago area, pop in and have a beer. I'll buy you a bucket of beer. They're $15. We buy a bucket of beer. I have 3. You have 1. We'll shoot the shit. It'll be a good time. It is what it is. Moving on to the next word association Thursday, the last word association Thursday, guys. If you guys like the word association Thursday, let me know. And I don't really like the flow that's happening right now, so I'm going to tinker it with like a little bit and get some graphics and make it all sexy. But if you guys like it, let me know. And if I can tinker it, let me know what you think you do. You can hit me up on Twitter at manhour_buck or slide into my DMs right here on facebook.com/manhour. I am the man behind the manhour comments 9 times out of 10. Combs tries to comment, but he just sucks at life. So yeah, that is me commenting 9 times out of 10 over there on the Man Hour page on Facebook. But let's head down south to Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. And guys, the Jacksonville Jaguars are kind of getting hot at the right time. Earlier this season, they were 3-0 to start the season. Combs had them in the top 10 in the power rankings, living life, and we're like, whoa, watch out for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it went pew, right? They were terrible. But since then, they kind of turned it around a little bit. Travis Etienne is starting to come on. Trevor Lawrence is starting to look like a professional quarterback again. And they upset the Tennessee Titans last week pretty handily. They pretty much beat down that Titans team and said, not so fast. Hold my beer. We are coming for that crown. So right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars are 2 games out of first place behind the Tennessee Titans. So with that being said, they are kind of battling for the playoff spot a little bit. They're pretty much nowhere close to a wild card. They're sitting at 5-8 right now, and they would have to win out and have a lot of help to make a wild card spot. Basically, the Titans would have to win. They would have to win out, that type of thing. But they're pretty much battling for a division. So let's look at the next 4 games that they have in front of them. They do play the Cowboys this week. I have them on upset alert. Watch out for the Jacksonville Jaguars to give the Dallas Cowboys a pretty good game. It's at home. Cowboys are coming off that rough game. Yada, yada, yada. There could be a lot of upsets here. Then they play the Texans. Not very good. They should beat the Texans, but it is a division game. Don't sleep on division games. Then they play a Jets team. We don't know if the Jets are going to be good or bad. The Jets are very, very bipolar right now. And then they end the season with the Tennessee Titans. That could possibly be for the division. So the word that we're going to think about here, what if the Jacksonville Jaguars win the last 4 games and then do not make the playoffs? The word that I'm going to associate that with is load blown. Blowing of the load way too early or way too late, I should say. Because right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars are either going to make the playoffs or they're not. And to be honest, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're on the outside looking in. They're not going to beat the Cowboys. They could beat the Texans. They're not going to beat the Jets, and they're not going to sweep the Titans this season. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. So that gives them 6 wins on the season. But from that 5th win to the 6th win is literally going to bump you down 6 to 7 picks in the NFL draft. So why blow your load this year to win a game or 2 just to move down in the draft? The Jacksonville Jaguars need help in the draft. They have some picks that are coming up. There's some players out there that could really, really help them. What is the downfall of the Jacksonville Jaguars right now? It's the ability to have depth on the offensive line. Their defense is pretty good. Offense is not too shabby. Their issue is depth on the offensive line. Offensive line is kind of thin in the NFL draft this season, from what my experts have been saying, Torrey Anderson and Wyatt Williams. We'll see what happens in the next few months. But with that being said, do not blow your load on winning these games. Understand that you are not going to make the playoffs. Even if you win the last 4 games, that puts you at 9-8. Possibly a wild card spot, but probably not. 10 wins is probably the magic number to get into a wild card spot in the AFC. Also, the Tennessee Titans are sitting at 7-6. They win 3 games, they're in. Like, the Jacksonville Jaguars are not a team right now that could win a Super Bowl. They could be the hottest of hot, clicking on all cylinders. Christian Kirk could be catching everything. Travis Etienne could be running for 160 yards. Trevor Lawrence could be passing for 90%. They're still not a team that's going to win a Super Bowl. They cannot compete with the Eagles. They cannot compete with the Cowboys. They cannot compete with the Chiefs. Hell, they can't even compete with the 49ers. They couldn't compete with the Buffalo Bills, right? They are not a team that compete with. They can make the playoffs, but they're not going to be competitive at all. It'll be a load-blowing win there. So Jacksonville Jaguars, just calm down, lose the games, lose out, be 5-12. Call it a day. Who really cares? Next year is the Jacksonville Jaguars' year, guys. Next year is their year. But, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. A little half-hour show here. Starting the first of the year, guys, we got some big things popping, little things dropping. Back to maybe a 2-hour show. What? Could we do that right here on Man Hour? We'll talk about it. But, guys, we'll be back tomorrow with my man, Tori Anderson. Fantasy Football Friday is here. Enjoy the game tonight. My man, Willie Snead, starting for the San Francisco 49ers from the Kansas State University. Check him out. He was activated today. My man sent me a text like, hey, man, I'm starting tonight. Cool. Do your shit, man. 49ers versus Seahawks in just a couple hours. Or about an hour away, I guess. Saturday football, 11 a.m. Guys, week 15 NFL season is here. Arthur Brown says, yo, what's up, Arthur Brown? You're a little late to the show tonight, brother. Do not join us tomorrow, guys, 7 p.m. East Coast time. Finn's up. Finn's going to miss the playoffs, man. We're going to miss the playoffs. We out, guys. Have a good night.